You're listening to Do This First, a daily personal development podcast that focuses on science-backed, actionable steps towards your best year ever. Hi, I'm Santa, your host. It is 47 days away till the end of 2024. My gosh. Today we're going to talk about a highly effective way of bringing more awareness to your brand, to your site, your website. Yesterday we talked about guest posting, which is a very effective way, and even the big box brands do it. This particular topic that we're going to talk about today, everyone that has any success does this. Every site that I've seen of major brands do this. And what I'm talking about are backlinks. Backlinks are a highly effective way of earning free publicity for your website and therefore your brand. In case you're not familiar with the term backlinks, it refers to a website listing a page link from your website on their website. When you go to a website and click on a link anywhere on the page and it takes you to another website, that is a backlink. Google loves backlinks that come from reputable sites, and it will increase your domain authority when they see that you're getting links from reputable sites that are being clicked. You might be wondering what constitutes as a backlink. Several things, such as editorial backlinks, an article that's published on a news site that mentions and links to your blog post as a source of information is a backlink. Guest blogging. Remember we talked about that yesterday. If you write a guest post for another blog in your industry, which includes a link back to your website, well, that's a backlink. Business profiles. Listing your business on online directories, and we talked about this as well. That creates a link to your company's website as well. Social media, it depends. There are some that do not, they have a do not follow. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But sharing your content on platforms, on social media platforms like LinkedIn, you should include a link back to your website in the post. Forums, participating in forums and including a link to your website in your signature or relevant post. But you have to check the forum's policies because some add a no-follow tag, unfortunately. For clarity, let me tell you what the no-follow tag is. It's an HTML attribute that's used in hyperlinks to instruct search engines not to pass authority or link Jews, quote unquote, from the linking site to the linked site. It was introduced by Google back in 2005 as a way to combat spam and people that like to manipulate search engine rankings, particularly in comment sections and user-generated content. Links marked with the no-follow tag do not pass PageRank, which means that they won't contribute to the authority of the linked site in the eyes of search engines. However, they can still drive traffic directly if users click on them. It's just that Google won't consider them to be worthy or reputable sources. Another thing about the no-follow tags is the usage scenario. So, blog comments, forum posts, sponsored links like advertising, user-generated content, some social media links like Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook, those all carry a no-follow HTML at the end. But remember that they can still be crawled. As a matter of fact, in September 2019, Google announced that it would treat the no-follow attribute as a hint rather than a directive. That means that while it's still used not to pass PageRank, Google may still consider those links for crawling and indexing in some cases. And that is true because you can often find tweets and things like that when you search for a particular brand. The no-follow tag is an essential tool in SEO because it allows webmasters to manage how search engines perceive and treat their links. So using nofollow appropriately can actually help websites prevent spam and maintain quality while still allowing for user engagement and promotion. Another way to generate backlinks, things that actually link back to your site and don't have the no follow tag, is by being used as a resource. So if you're included in a resource list on another website that links to your page, that can absolutely be a backlink as well. I'll give you an example. One of my music blogs was cited in a research paper, which was pretty cool, I must say. And so that is a backlink that I have. Influencers. An influencer mentions you or your product or service on their site or blog and includes a link to your website. That's a backlink. Just mentioning you is not enough. With all these resources, it has to link back to your website. That's very important. Another thing is finding broken links on other websites and suggesting your content as a replacement. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this. Like, you'll read an article and then they have a link and you'll click and it says 404 or, content is not available or something like that. That's a broken link. So you can go back to the website and say, hey, you have a broken link and hey, I have, content that would be a good replacement. So you can do that if you come across anything like that. Another good source for backlinks back to your website is a press release. There are a lot of agencies that do it, and you can do some of these self-serve online, but publishing a press release that includes links to your website and distributed through PR websites can be hugely beneficial to create backlinks. Also, believe it or not, advertising on reputable magazines and news sites can also help. You can also add links to your Google Docs and make it discoverable. So you can have a doc that some of your content and include backlinks back to the blog post on your website. So you can do that as well. Each of these types of backlinks can help improve your website's visibility and authority in search engines, which can contribute to better overall performance. You want this because you want people to discover you, discover your brand, your content, your products, your services. And so this is a very cost-effective way of doing it. And let me tell you, all the big brands do it, but they pay lots of money. They have millions of backlinks. And so you have to be careful, because I know it's tempting to hire someone to do this, to hire an agency, but they may do backlinks to sites that are not reputable, that are spammy, and that'll just tank your search visibility on Google, because they really put a lot of attention on the domain authority of the site. And we'll talk more about domain authority tomorrow. One thing that you must do is you have to make sure that your backlinks are being crawled by Google. Just because you have a website doesn't mean Google will automatically index it. And these backlinks are no exception to that. Most of the time, I've personally found that you have to manually do it. You want to make sure that every page on your website is indexed and crawled by Google. I'll share the different ways to do this tomorrow. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to leave a review. You can also read a full transcript of this podcast episode and all of my podcast episodes on my blog, dothisfirst.life. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter. I have like 10 now. And if you go to the landing page for dothisfirst.life, you'll see them all listed. And all you have to do is say which one or which ones you want and just subscribe. And you'll get them in your inbox every week. And while you're there, you can also listen to all of my podcast episodes. And that website, once again, is dothisfirst.life. You can also listen to many of my podcast episodes on YouTube. And my handle there is @dothisfirst. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to make sure that your website and all its pages are getting crawled on Google. Because it's possible that your website can be crawled by Google, but not every single page. And so you want to make sure that they are all crawled. That way your audience can find you. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Till tomorrow. Moving past the